I'm Emily Epp, Manager of Communications at the Cariboo Regional District. This video update from August 1st is specifically about the White Lake Fire. We're looking at a map here of the fire perimeters. For reference, this is the Fraser River here. Got Highway 97 up there in the corner. This is the Rudy Johnson Bridge and Soda Creek Road down here coming into Williams Lake area. So the orders and alerts aren't reflected in this map, but if you want to see those, you can go to the Cariboo Regional District website at cariboord.ca. So Mike, over to you.
Hi, so again, I'm Mike McCulley with the BC Wildfire Service, and I'm a fire information officer stationed here in Williams Lake. A little bit about the White Lake Fire. Shows the fire perimeter on the map here. This fire perimeter is not exactly reflective of what's going on. They're often much more jagged than this. We have large pockets of unburned fuel within the perimeter. So what we're doing for suppression is we try to come out and place some guard just back from the edge of the fire, and then our crews will use very small, in the case of this fire, very small hand ignition burn-off operations, controlled burn-offs, to try to reduce the fuel between the guard lines and the fire perimeter. And that's what you're going to be seeing on this portion of the White Lake Fire over the next several days. We do also have a very large contingency guard now completely in place. Some might call it a super guard, quite wide, built with machinery that runs all the way across here and up in this direction as a backup plan, just in case we weren't able to hold this fire within the current guard lines that we have. So that's great news. We do daily have different hot spots that pop up. We know that the winds over time are going to be coming in from the northwest, so this will be the more active portion of the fire, and we will be adjusting our crews daily to manage those hot spots. So you'll see them working with their helicopters and by hand through all of these areas, just trying to go deal with those spots as they pop up, particularly later in the day with the hotter, drier weather. We have also been exploring the option of placing a large agricultural sprinkler system that would run across the bottom of this fire in support of that large guard line that we have. No firm plans yet, but it's certainly something that we're looking into. That would be done in an effort to continue to wet and cool this ground. Again, helps to control spotting from the fire ahead, and just really firms up our contingencies in case things do change on this fire. So far this fire is holding within its boundary over the last several days. We would like to thank the public for their support. It's been much appreciated by ourselves and all the crews out there working on the ground and in the air and on the equipment. However, we do need the public's continued support. We are having problems with people moving into the fire area, reminding you that this is an evacuated area. Anytime you come into our fire, we have to stop our operations and shut down our helicopters, our equipment, our water pumps, and that could cause increased fire activity, excursions out of the fire line, and perhaps threatening even more infrastructure, life and property. So again, we ask the public to please help us by staying out and letting our hardworking professional crews do that good work. We are working closely with Emily and the Cariboo Regional District on a multi-times-a-day schedule to reassess our evacuation order and alert recommendations that we make. So the BC Wildfire Service takes that very seriously. We're constantly evaluating that and talking with the CRD and Emily's folks. Thank you, and for more information on this fire or any of our wildfires of note, please visit our website at www.bcwildfire.ca. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. And just one other thing before we go. I wondered if you had a number of the size for this, and if you had any comments on the west side of the Fraser River.
Oh, certainly, yes. So we do know that the west side of the Fraser absolutely has the same conditions going on as this corner down here. When we see the winds coming in from the north, they are slightly more significant on the west side of the Fraser as they are on the east side. So we have seen increased fire activity down in this corner here, but so far the fire is holding within its control lines, and we are focusing our crews heavily down in that area. Again, particularly later in the day, you'll see increased aircraft activity, increased crew mobility through that area. So heavy activity down in this corner, but the fire's holding within its guard lines. In terms of the fire size, we do know that this portion of the fire over on the east side of the Fraser is estimated at just over 4,000 hectares. So when you combine the two portions, we have a very significant, large, and still quite dangerous wildfire.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more updates tomorrow.